I welcome all of you. After our national conference, this is first time we are meeting with the media persons. I welcome you. We can repeat this type meeting further. See, we are facing a crucial situation in our country. A notice circulated regarding the preparation of the general strike and other important issues of the present time. CITU, along with other central trade unions, is preparing for a massive general strike on 12th February. National convention was held in Delhi. Now, throughout the country, intensive preparation work is going on. This general strike is supported by the call of the trade unions, supported by Samyukta Kisan Morcha and various organizations of agricultural workers. And along with, the first demand is to withdraw the 4 labor codes and reinstate the old labor laws. And also, we demand repeal the VB Gramji Act, which was tampered the interest of the MNREG workers, lakhs of workers, and repeal the old MNREG Act, withdraw the Electricity Amendment Bill, Seed Bill, Sabki Suraksha Sabka Bima Bill 2025, and Vikasit Bharat Shiksha Adhistan Bill 2025. These are the main demands. Meanwhile, in between, so many developments have to be discussed with you. Economic Survey Report of 25-26 has published by the government. The first look appears for less reassuring than its optimistic macro narrative suggests. While the survey celebrates low headline inflation and strong growth, these indicators do not anyway reflect the everyday economic stress faced by the workers, informal employees, and lower income households. The cost of essential services such as healthcare, education, housing, transport, and digital utilities continue to rise, eroding real wages. For a large section of the workforce, especially casual laborers, gig workers, and informal sector employees, wage growth has not kept pace with these living costs, making the official inflation index seem disconnected from lived reality. Moreover, the survey emphasis on job creation and labor market resilience overlook the quality and security of employment. With a growing share of jobs being low paid, informal, and lacking social security. From a people-centric lens, therefore, the survey underplays distributional inequalities and cost of living pressure, presenting macroeconomic stability as success while failing to adequately address whether economic growth and low inflation are genuinely improving the material condition of workers and ordinary citizens. Another important development is the India-European Union trade agreement. The impact of this trade deal appears to be negative. Trade liberalization through this deal will not lead to any substantial rise in employment. Europe as a continent has experienced its worst economic years since COVID, and that witnessed a decline in living standards. We are making the agreement with EU in this situation. The trade relationship between India and EU can be described as one where Europe export high-end capital goods, automobile and luxury goods, electronics, and imports from India. Main items are petroleum goods and apparels, consumer electronics like that. The rise of petroleum export to Europe using imported fuel from Russia has begun to wind up from the pressure from Trump. What Modi government do you know? So there may not be much further scope. There will be stiff competition with leading textile exporters such as China, Vietnam, and Bangladesh. On the other hand, the tariff reduction on electronics imports from Europe will lead to greater dependence and imported input parts, turning India further into an assembly hub. Another notable development is that the government of Karnataka pushed to draft rules in January 26 under the three central labor codes. These four labor codes passed by Parliament in 2020, wage on 2019, and other three codes in 2020. Immediately, the workers started agitation against the labor codes. Considering the strong opposition from all sections of workers, including BMS, they were not openly opposing BJP, but silently they are also opposing. Considering all these aspects, government kept all the codes in abeyance. To implement that codes, that laws, they have to frame the rules in the parliament. They didn't do that. Immediately after the victory in Bihar, BJP government in 2024 decided to push the labor codes, and central government for these most of the BJP governments had not done anything. But in a hurry, Congress government in Karnataka, they published the three draft rules for three labor codes. We cannot understand why is in a hurry. Congress government is doing like this. INDUC, one of the national trade unions of our country, they are also associated with Congress party. That INDUC is also in the forefront of this national strike. Then why Congress government in Karnataka has done this? At the same time, what is going on in Kerala? Kerala government strongly opposes the labor codes and conducted a labor conclave to discuss the future action of state government. What can be done in this situation? National trade union leaders, academicians, and law experts were participated in that conclave, and that conclave decided to appoint a committee to go through the labor codes and what is to be done in this current situation. In our constitutional rights, in the labor is in the concurrent list. A state government, what can be done to propose proposals? A committee is constituted under the leadership of retired Supreme Court Justice. That is the stand of Kerala government. In that conclave, Chief Minister has made an impressive speech he categorically declared, we will not implement the labor code as such in the state. The only one government in the state, in the country, Kerala LDF government is taken such a stand. But the Karnataka government has published draft rules which is more anti-worker, which is more in the nature is that. Another important issue, the chief, you may, it may noted by you also, feel that it is very, very unfortunate and unconstitutional statement made by Justice of India on 29th January. While Supreme Court was hearing a litigation filed by Pen Tholilalar Sangam versus Union of India, a petition. Considering that petition, unfortunately, the justices appeared to resemble those of the advocates of already failed neoliberal policies. That was the nature of that statement. The statement came at a time when the country is moving towards strike against the imposing. The recent Kolkata incident, where more than 20 workers were burned alive, stuck in a warehouse complex with many other missing, exposes the condition of Indian workers, even within existing labor laws. The labor code designed with the perspective that weakening inspection mechanism, further weakening the present mechanism. The right to unionization and leaving workers' defenses before employers' attack is the only way towards ease of doing business. The Indian working class has resolutely established the inappropriateness, rather impropriety of this theory. Regrettably, the statement of CJI resembled the political, economical illogic of Modi government. In this background, the trade unions initiative for a general strike, SKM and agricultural workers unions are jointly came forward to support the general strike, and they are also jointly conducting several agitations and campaigns throughout the country. CITU, along with other trade unions, conducted the National Joint Convention. Apart from that, CITU independently convening meetings throughout the state, throughout the country, and we expect on 12th February, 2,000 centers workers will assemble, the striked workers will assemble different parts of the country to oppose the government, the labor codes and anti-working class policies. Lakhs of workers will be on the road to protest against the government policies and labor codes. Not only the trade unions and farmers organizations, other sections of the employees, bank employees, insurance employees, central government, state government employees organizations, and workers connected with uh, defense sector employees, their trade unions also extended support to national strike. These sections have decided to issue strike notices. Already they have given notices to government. Electricity sector, electricity amendment bill is not introduced in the parliament, but government has prepared the bill and it is now for introduction in the parliament. Electricity workers and engineers, their coordination committee, NCCOEE, National Coordination Committee of Electricity Employees and Engineers, has decided to go for strike action against this electricity amendment bill. In this general strike, we demand to withdraw that electricity amendment bill and MNREG amendment bill and other anti-people, anti-workers bill also. All these sections will be united in this general strike. So, this general strike will be a historic success. Last year general strike, approximately 25 crores of workers participated. That was the estimate. This time the participation will be higher than last general strike. That is the enthusiasm visible among the workers throughout the country. Not only the poor workers, the rural workers or factory workers, among the government employees and insurance and banking sector employees also. There was a joint strike called by bank employees. It was total strike during that day. Again, they are coming forward to give notice and strike work on 12th February. That is the situation. We request all of you to give maximum support these workers, right? You are also the victims of the labor code. The Newspaper Employees and Working Journalist Condition Act is subsumed in the OSH code. Now the Labor Protection and Wage Board is no more for the press media workers. In Kerala, 2 media institutions employees are on strike. Madhyamam and Mangalam employees are jointly on strike against the retrenchment and other anti-worker policies of the management. Even the labor department intervened. Management is on the anti-labor activity. They are continuing. A joint action committee is formed in Calicut. All trade unions and Kerala State Newspaper Employees Federation and Working Journalists Federation jointly constituted a committee to support the agitation of these 2 media houses employees. Now, wherever these type of issues comes, there is no protection by law to the media persons also. So, you are also the victims of the labor codes, and I request you actively participate in the February 12th general strike while reporting the strike also, personally participate also. These are the